Shalom, and thank you for watching this video from HaDerekh Synagogue. I hope you are liking the content we are bringing you. If you could like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that will greatly help us. And to further help bring great content to you from our teachers, if you could please consider to donate to HaDerekh Synagogue. The link is in the description box below. Thank you for watching.
In the words of Slade Henson, I go to a synagogue that is a home to a lot of intelligent individuals. I say that not intending to insult any other synagogue, because the synagogue by its very nature attracts and keeps the intelligent. In my synagogue, the head rabbi is a professor at a local yeshiva, and many members attend the classes. So it just goes to reason that it would be a good synagogue. This creates an atmosphere of competition in most cases, which is very healthy. Whether it's learning or exercising, we need someone, a buddy if you will, on which to depend on to spur us to greater heights, right? The whole idea of iron sharpening iron type of thing going on. However, if the pursuit of greater knowledge is the end of the road, or perhaps better stated, if the pursuit of knowledge is the pursuit of our lives, in other words, if the only thing we do is pursue knowledge, we actually are left empty. In our attempts to gain more knowledge, do we allow the knowledge we gain to impact our lives? Is the hot pursuit of the next nugget of truth diminishing our moments when we can sit and dwell in closeness with God? And the quote here, search for his closeness and not his truth. Unknown author on this one. While saying that, you may interpret it as suggesting that we should attend a Pentecostal church and just drop off our brain at the door. But this is not the intent of the quote. Instead, the quote is saying that if all we're going to do is search for truth and knowledge, we're just simply wasting our time. Our whole goal in life is to approach and experience the Shekhinah, or the Shekinah, of Hashem, to feel closeness with God. I became a bit depressed yesterday. Yesterday evening, I attended the Erev Sukkat service at the synagogue. This service began in the building and quickly moved out to the front lawn where some of the men built a sukkah that the children dressed and decorated. The Chazan waved the lulav and etrog as our representatives in the sukkah were. And the sukkah was about 8 foot square. We recited many prayers together, and that we adjourned to the comfort of our air-conditioned building for the remainder of the service. And I didn't attend the oneg on this because I actually was depressed. I went home that way. My wife inquired as to my mournful face, and I told her I had no idea why I was so bummed. Overnight, I think I figured it out. We learn and do not act. We treat the high holy days as remembrance of ancient relics, and they have no real impact on our lives. And so when we lived up north, the weather, in my opinion, would be perfect right about now, being the time frame it's fall. The evenings are often cold, the leaves are turning colors. The biting insects have gone. The daytime temperature is warm enough to enjoy a book under a shade tree. It is a perfect time for camping. I would roll up our military grade tent, pack up the kids, the Sidurim, random study books, and some snack food, and head off for an 8-day camping trip. We met others who wanted to camp during Sukkot as well, and usually it was a good time. The downside, however, when you're with people who want to celebrate with you, is that you always have a wackadoo or two, but they're always easy to avoid or to encourage to kind of stay away from you. We went to several states along the north 37th parallel for all those who like coordinates. There you go. And we usually had a great time. By getting out of our comfort zone and temporarily dwelling in our tent, and this tent had 2 flaps giving us a view of the starry sky, we were able to have an experience similar to our ancestors as they traveled under the protective gaze of our God. It always rained at least for one day, and I loved it. The Torah lesson transformed from written lines in a book to an experiential object lesson. Seeing and hearing respectively correspond to chokmah, which is wisdom, and bina, which is understanding. We experience kavanah with God with our understanding, but not with wisdom. When we recite the Shema in our prayers, we are to know and understand that the Shema, or hear, listen, means hear and know. Not only are we to know God is one, we are to experience that God is one. With wisdom we know, but it's with understanding we experience God. In like manner, Sukkot was an event that affected our lives for 8 full days. I miss the time when we would sit around and argue points of Torah, halakha, or whatever. So in this Sukkot season, I hope we all experience God's shelter of peace. As in Hebrew, it would be Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Slomecha. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Hag Sameach.